everyone, this is me, Jyotika Bedi, founder of Happiness is Love, here for you because together we are building a better world for our future generation. So today's video is on listening skills. We want to challenge you so that you can ask yourself, what kind of a listener are you? Or is there a better way of boosting your listening skills? When you talk, you are only repeating what you know. But when you listen, you may learn something new. Listening is really a learned skill. It's learned behavior. Honor your relationships by developing learning skills and you will see magic happen in your life. We at Happiness is Love focus on just building skills that will help us become future ready. Whether you are a parent, a professional, or a student, teacher, educator, we believe that the best way to learn is to listen first. It is one of the most important forms of communications. However, we are sometimes not taught to be good listeners. So as a team, we were all discussing why listening is crucial, not just to team development, but also important for maintaining happy, healthy relationships at work and at home. Did you identify what is your listening style? Have you ever stopped, paused, and asked yourself this question? Exceptional listening skills can be different, can be the only differentiator between a good team and a great team. Genuine listening skills build trust, build credibility, and respect. When you fully listen, instead of just trying to frame your answer right, you will see that you will be the most effective communicator. What you say, how you look at another, how you respond to another and listen to another demonstrate respect in our relationships. And of course, this requires work. It requires learning. So we have identified 7 types of listeners. Consider this list as a listener's astrology. See if you can find your own style as a parent, as a professional, as a teacher, as a student, so that you are able to learn the effective techniques to be an effective listener. We've also included some tips for you so that you can build this skill. Number 1, the preoccupiers. The preoccupied listeners are the ones who come across as very rushed and constantly looking around, doing something where they look completely distracted. Also known to be the multitaskers, but they cannot sit and listen because they're just so restless inside. Tips if you are a preoccupied listener. If you are this kind of a listener, make a point to set aside all distractions. When you are speaking to someone, make sure that you are all present. And if you are speaking to a preoccupied listener, you must ask them, is this a good time to talk to you? Or say, I need your undivided attention just for a moment. Begin with a positive statement that will get the attention of this kind of listener, and you will then help this person orient his or her attention to the present moment. So go on and challenge yourself and look around you. If there are people in your lives, at work, at home, who are preoccupied listeners, to help them become more mindful. And if you are the preoccupied listener yourself, now you know how to be more attentive. Second, the out to lunchers. These people are physically there, but mentally and emotionally not engaged. You can tell this by the blank look on their faces. They tend to daydream or think about something else when you're talking to them. What is the tip? If you are an out-to-luncher kind of a listener, or you are surrounded with people like that, make sure you make eye contact, you lean forward to show that you are interested in listening, because your non-verbal communication is 80% of your communication. Lean forward and ask questions. If you are speaking to an out-to-luncher, check in with them every now and then and ask if they've really understood what you're trying to say. As with the preoccupied listeners, begin with a statement that will catch their attention, and then in a concise manner communicate so that you have their undivided attention. Third, the interrupters. These people are ready to interrupt you the minute you open your mouth. I'm sure you have many people in your life, at work and at home, who are like that, or maybe you are guilty of the same. No judgment on anybody. This is, like I said, a skill that can be learned. And together we can help each other grow the skill. So if people are not listening to what you're saying because they are too focused on trying to guess what you're trying to say or what they want to say, what is the tip? If you are an interrupter or surrounded with an interrupter, make it a point to apologize. Every time you catch yourself interrupting, I make sure that if I'm interrupting someone who's talking, I always say, I'm sorry to interrupt. The person will feel respected and will listen to you when it's your turn to speak. And as they say, hear first before you want to be heard. And when you make these listeners more aware that they're not really listening to you because they're too focused on guessing what you're saying, they'll actually thank you for it, because you'll do it in a gentle, respectful manner. If you're speaking to an interrupter, you can say, as I was saying before, let them be done first, and then say, as I was trying to tell you, to bring their interruption to their attention. Fourth, the whatevers. The whatevers are people who seem aloof, show very little emotion or enthusiasm when listening. They do not seem to care about what anybody has to say. Again, no judgment on anybody. I've been guilty of this as well. What is the tip? If you are a whatever kind of a communicator, concentrate on the full message, just not on the verbal message. Make it a point to listen with your eyes, with your ears and your heart, so that you show respect by paying attention. Make sure that you pay attention to others' body language. Try to understand what they're not able to tell you, but their body language is speaking louder than words. Because that person really wants to talk to you, but is not able to express himself or herself well. So if you're speaking to a whatever person, dramatize your ideas and ask your listener questions to maintain their involvement. This will help them become more mindful, help you become more mindful. Fifth, the combatives. These people are ready, armed for war. They enjoy disagreeing and blaming, accusing others. They mostly say no but, which is almost like an obstacle in the communication. So they're really not listening to you. All they're saying is no but, creating an obstacle so that the communication comes to a halt. The tip is, if you are a combative listener, make an effort to put yourself in the shoes of the speaker. Try to understand, accept, and find merit in the other person's point of view, because what is emotional maturity? It is really understanding that we all are right from our own paradigm and we all live through our beliefs. And one way of demonstrating respect to the other is being a good listener. I tell all parents out there, you want to be a good parent, talk less and start listening more. Because there is a difference between a debate and a dialogue. What happens in a debate? In a debate, you are not ready to listen to the other. You are not listening because you're simply framing your answers. Whereas in a dialogue, you listen. You speak when it's your turn without interruption. You're trying to build a bond. This is a very, very important tip for everyone out there. Sixth, the analysts. People who are constantly in the role of counselors and therapists, ready to provide you with unsolicited advice and answers. They think they are great listeners and love to help. They are constantly in analyzing what you're saying and trying to fix everything kind of a mode. What is the tip if you are an analyst? Relax and understand that not everybody is looking for advice or an answer or a solution. Make sure that you first listen to really understand, because sometimes people are just bouncing ideas off of other people because it helps them find the answers themselves. And that's why it is very important to listen attentively, listen with patience. And this is all for all the parents and leaders out there. You want to build a better bond with your team or your children, make sure that you start practicing effective learning skills. If you are speaking to an analyst, you might begin by saying, I just need to run some ideas by you. I'm really not looking for advice. And you can say this in the most polite and courteous way. Last, and my most favorite, the engagers. These are the consciously aware listeners. They listen with their eyes. They listen with their ears. They listen with an open heart and put themselves in the shoes of the other. This is the highest form of listening. These listeners encourage you to talk without an opportunity for you to feel interrupted. And you on your own are able to find the solutions because they are listening attentively. So if you are an engager, keep it up. Kudos to you. People truly appreciate talking to you because you are listening with your heart and your ears and your eyes. And people would like to follow your example. And if you are speaking to an engager, make sure you take the time to acknowledge their attentiveness. Thank them for their interest in you and in the topic. So now it is time for you to take action. Identify your listening style. See if you can better it. If there is a better way for you to build effective listening skills, give it a shot and let us know how it went for you. Suggest to others so that they can be better leaders or team members or a parent. This, of course, gives you a chance to again improve your communication, your quality of engagement and respect towards everyone around you. So again, I would like to ask you, are there any areas that you can work on? If yes, we are here because we care, and we hope that these tips, simple practical tips, will help you improve you as a parent, you as a professional, you as a team member, so that you can be your better, grander self. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are extremely grateful for all the love that we are receiving from you. Keep sharing, keep liking, and keep subscribing.